You think you're the victim of medical malpractice here in the state of New York, and you believe that 3 different doctors are responsible for what happened to you. But there's a problem. You don't want to sue one of the doctors because you love that doctor. What happens then? Would you like to learn the answer? Come join me as I share with you this great information. Hi, I'm Jerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury trial attorney practicing law here in the state of New York. Okay, so here's the scenario. You think something was done wrong, you think a number of doctors violated the basic standards of care, and as a result of that, you suffered significant injury. And doctor number 1 and doctor number 2 and doctor number 3 all contributed to your problems. But you have a bigger problem. What's the problem? The problem is that one of the doctors, let's say doctor number 1, you love this doctor. You've been going to this doctor for the last 20 years, and this doctor has done wonders for you and your family. And under no circumstance do you want to bring in doctor number 1 to your lawsuit. But in the back of your mind, you know and you recognize that doctor number 1, in all likelihood, contributed to the wrongdoing that led to some of your injuries. So what do you do in that instance? Now, when you go to an attorney who has to evaluate whether or not there was wrongdoing, we have to look to see who was responsible for causing your injuries, whether it's doctor number 1, 2, 3, or anybody else. And if it turns out that all 3 doctors are equally culpable or bear culpability and caused and contributed to your injuries, then we are obligated to tell you, listen, we have to bring him in order to protect your rights. If we only sue doctor number 2 and doctor number 3, what will happen during the course of the lawsuit is that their attorneys, as a defense, as an affirmative defense, they're going to turn around and say, hey, don't blame us for these problems. It was doctor number 1 who caused all these problems. And don't blame us that the patient didn't sue doctor number 1. We don't have to sue doctor number 1. You, the patient, you, the injured victim, you believe that doctor number 1 caused these problems. Why didn't you go ahead and sue him? And now you're left with what we call an empty chair. And now the defense has a perfect opportunity to turn around, point fingers at that empty chair and say, don't blame us. Blame the doctor who they didn't sue, who's not here. We're not responsible. So now it gives them a perfect out. And that's a problem because now the jury will then look to see why doctor number 1 wasn't sued and then look to see whether or not he was responsible. And you know what will happen? At the very end of the trial, the jury is going to have to allocate apportionment or responsibility with regard to doctor number 1, even though he was not brought into the lawsuit. You want to know why? Because doctor number 2 and doctor number 3 are going to show, hey, we didn't do it, doctor number 1 is responsible. And then the jury will have to apportion responsibility. Okay, what percentage is doctor number 1 responsible? What percentage is doctor number 2 and number 3? So why do I share this great information with you? I share it with you just to give you an insight and an understanding into what can happen during the course of a litigation where you have multiple doctors who you believe caused you harm, and you don't want to bring suit against one of them because you have a definite affinity for them, and you think that they are the best thing in the world, even though in the back of your mind, you think that they may have contributed to your injuries. You know, I recognize you're watching this because you probably have questions of your own involving your own malpractice matter. Well, if your matter happened here in the state of New York and you do have legal questions, what I encourage you to do is pick up the phone and call me. I can answer your legal questions. This is something I do every single day, and I welcome your call. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Jerry, G-E-R-R-Y, at oginski-law.com. Well, that's it for today's quick video. I'm Jerry Oginski. Have a wonderful day.